My name is Ree. I am originally from England. I currently live in the beautiful Bali, and I'm the co-founder of a creative agency called Zimmy Creative. What is my go-to hairstyle? So I have two go-to hairstyles right now, and the first one is my afro, which I currently don't have right now. My first one is my afro, and the second one is the braids. Because being here in Bali, the water quality is not the best. Not the best for the skin, not the best for your hair, and we can't even drink the water. So if we can't drink the water, then why are we using it on our hair, right? And so, yeah. So I try and just kind of like keep it in a protective hairstyle for as long as I can, but I do go back and forth between the natural hair because I do love my fro. What was the longest time it took for you to show your partner or your ex your natural hair? Oh my goodness. This is such an interesting one because I was so embarrassed of my hair. So I actually did the big chop in Mexico like 2020. So for 25 years, I never knew what my hair texture looked like because it would be chemically strained since I was like 6. And so, yeah, so I would wear, clip-in hair extensions, and I would do like a half head weave, but I'd mainly use the clip-in hair extensions, and I would sleep in them. So it was almost like I pretended to myself that that was my natural hair. And so when I had my boyfriend, when I'd stay over his place or we'd stay at mine or we'd go away together, I would sleep with the extensions in. My hair was chemically straightened and then the extensions were obviously straight. He never saw it. Never. Until I did the big chop and he saw it on social media. No one saw my natural hair was like...
And how was the reaction?
I mean, we broke up years ago. This was like my first boyfriend. But we were together like 3.5 years, almost 4 years. He never even saw my hair without extensions. Never mind natural without it being straight. Yeah, wild. But then my ex-boyfriend, my last boyfriend, we did the big chop together. So I was cut in, he was cut in, and he loved it. He loved it. Yeah. But I knew him for a couple years, and then we got together, and I really started that self-love journey and that self-acceptance. Because I was accepting so many other things about myself, but there was just one thing that I didn't quite accept yet.
Just one puzzle piece.
Yeah, and so as soon as I did that big chop, it was as if I had just found myself. It's like I remembered like who I was, and I just like loved who I was, like every single part of it. And there was like the fear of the unknown because I was like, I don't even know what my hair texture looks like. I have no idea what it looks like. And so it was a little bit scary. I watched hours of YouTube videos like at different hair. I'm like, maybe my hair's like that, or maybe it's like that, or I didn't know. But then as soon as I did it, I fell in love with my natural hair. And I didn't care what anyone said. And because I exuded that confidence, people also loved it because I loved it. So,
take us through that moment, that very moment when you did it for the first time, and you were like...
I actually recorded it. I have a whole YouTube video. It felt like I was letting go the old me. And it was just like this, kind of like this cleansing and moving on. It's just like a new fresh start. I was reborn, and it really was the start of a new chapter. It really was. How do you feel about people touching your hair? Don't touch my hair. Oh my gosh. So a lot of people in Bali knew me for the braids because like I would always have braids forever. So after I did the chemically straightened hair, the relaxer, and the long straight hair extensions, I then went to braids because I was like, okay, braids feels more like black, more like me, without taking the step to like cut my hair off. And and so when I came back and I had my fro, everyone was like, And I was like, like what is happening right now? Do not touch me, do not touch my hair. People just have no boundaries. Like they just really go up to you and just start touching you. And I'm like, this is unacceptable. But I think that it's more about ignorance, because they're excited, they haven't seen my hair like this, and so they think that it's okay to just touch me in that way. And so yeah, I think in that scenario, I don't really get angry. I'm just like, okay, how do I educate them and let them know that this is not okay with me, and I'm sure it's not going to be okay with other people with hair like mine. So in the future, if you could like either appreciate it from afar, or if you ask them if it's okay for you to touch their hair. If they say no, then it's no. If they say yeah, then go ahead. But always getting that consent first, because for a lot of black women specifically, our hair is so like, it's just so taboo, right? And it's just a really sensitive topic for us. So yeah, it's definitely something that a lot of people don't understand. So I think just taking that moment to be like, okay, it's not all about me, as in like them, it's like, because they want to touch my hair. But then what about the person on the receiving end? It's not all about you. So getting consent first, and if it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, then let's play, baby. But it's probably gonna be a no, let's be honest. Ooh, what do you love the most about your hair? Oh, I love how versatile my hair is. I love how thick it is. I always thought that my hair was like super thin, but it was only super thin because I was putting all of these chemicals on it and it would just get damaged. And so it was like flat and like, oh my God. So I used to like wear hair grease when I was a kid, and we'd part it and put the grease on the scalp, and then like the parting was like really thin as well. So it's like the grease was on like every single inch of my scalp, and it would just like, it would make my hair stiff. No movement, so I could do that and the hair would be like this. Stiff wet. It was just, oh yeah. It was just crazy. So yeah, so now I realize how actually like thick my hair is, and I love the texture of my hair. I love how, yeah, and I can just do so much with it. I just think having an afro is just literally the best thing in the world. Like I actually don't know what's better. Can anyone let me know? Because I'm just like, it's just the best. So yeah, I think I just love everything about my hair. And actually, a myth, and this isn't one of the questions, but one of the myths is that black women's hair doesn't grow. That is so fake. My hair grows so quickly. It grows so quickly when you're not putting chemicals on it all the time, and you're not using like combs and like tools that aren't meant for your hair. The only reason why it's breaking and it won't grow is because you put in things that aren't supposed to be used on your hair, you know? So as soon as you start to actually simplify things, going back to nature and just leaving your hair alone, your hair will grow. So it's part of life, you know?